Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Brownie Bites on the 92.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Always a pleasure to have you on board. Browns lose to the Patriots. They fall to 2-6. They are 0-4 on the road now. 32-13 to New England. He's Daryl Ruiter. I'm Andy Baskin. Daryl, I know where you're probably going to start, so just go for it.
Yeah, just another terrible performance by Dillon Gabriel, and the Browns had no chance as a result of it. It started well. Beautiful opening scripted touchdown drive, but then that was it. Gabriel was pretty much awful. 21 of 35, threw a couple of interceptions, 2 touchdowns as well, one to Harold Fannin on that opening drive, and then a garbage time TD to tight end David Njoku. But another 156-yard passing game. He actually did throw a football longer than 35 yards, and it was an interception. So,
although I got to be honest with you on that one interception real quick, they never talked about a review. I don't think he caught that ball. For whatever it's worth, they still got their what's handed to him. But I don't believe they ever went to replay on that, on the change of possession. It was too fast. And how about TV didn't even show one look at it afterwards? But it's minuscule in the big picture.
Yeah, I mean, they showed 2 replays of it.
Huh.
And one before the commercial break, one after the commercial break. And I mean, that's automatically reviewed. So even if it was reviewed, they either said it was the right call or they came up with just not enough conclusive evidence to overturn the call on the field.
Or they were working on reviews for other games, probably. The Browns, forget about that game. Let's keep moving.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, did it really matter?
No, not at all. It was just a little bit of a frustrating moment because, I mean, as you watch that game, it was just you watch Myles Garrett have 5 sacks in that game, and it's just completely wasted.
Yeah,
completely wasted.
And I don't feel bad for Myles because again, he stayed.
Right.
So, I mean, the video of him slamming the helmet after the 5th sack on the sideline, I think in frustration because he put on an all-time performance, right? And
best ever in Browns history.
Right. And they got their butt whooped. Like it was a non-competitive game once again in the second half. What was a close competitive game at halftime turned into a laugher. The Patriots scored 21 unanswered points in the third quarter and game, set, match, drive home safely, load the buses, warm up the plane. I mean, 1, 2, 3 for the bye, right? I mean, that's just
the question, Daryl. I think the question about the bye is it bye or bye? Because the fans probably are ready to make some changes. One at quarterback for sure.
Yeah, well, Sunday night the Cavaliers tip off the home portion of their schedule, and I think understandably so, some attention is going to go toward them with the expectations that surround that basketball team. Because, I mean, it's just not watchable. This offense is not watchable. It's a non-functioning wide receiver core. It's a non-functioning quarterback. It's unwatchable, Andy. And this is what they're throwing out each and every week. I actually feel, from this standpoint, I feel bad for Myles and the defense because they got wore down again. I don't think the defense played terrible. By the way, let's give Drake Mason flowers here.
Yeah.
18 of 24, 282, 3 touchdowns and the pick, but the quarterback rating was 135.8. You want to know what Dillon Gabriel's was?
Do I really want to know? Because I'm looking at it right now, too.
Divide by 2, and the number is still lower, 65.9. Okay, I got to get this off my chest.
Go for it.
I'm done watching Dillon Gabriel. I have no interest in watching this guy play. He is extremely intelligent. He's a great kid. He is grossly undersized and overmatched out there. It is crystal clear. This guy is not a real NFL starting quarterback. A backup, yes. He'll go out there, keep you in the game, pinch hitting him. That's where his future lies, Andy. He is not a serious starting quarterback, and shame on Andrew Berry for using a top 100 pick on this kid. Shame on the Cleveland Browns for wasting our time, wasting players' time in the offseason, giving this dude first-team reps and acting like he's a legitimate starter in the making in this league. He's not. He's awful. We were told how accurate of a quarterback is. I don't know, Andy, in 4 starts, have you seen a hell of a lot of accuracy coming out of that arm? Because I know I haven't. I'm still looking for it. I'm still looking for him to throw guys open. I'm still looking for him to elevate someone. If anything, he's going to land someone in a hospital bed. And I don't see it with this guy. And I don't know if Shedeur Sanders is ready to play, but I'm ready to watch Shedeur Sanders. And if it's a dumpster fire with Shedeur, bring it on. But
at least they'll sell jerseys, right?
They'll sell tickets and jerseys. They'll be the only reason to watch the Cleveland Browns because Shedeur Sanders. Nobody's buying tickets to watch Dillon Gabriel go out there and suck wind week after week after week in a conservative game plan to the point of Kevin Stefanski got desperate. They onside kicked twice. They ran on 1 drive, 2 trick plays, a flea flicker that he had to throw right into the turf. And then it was a double pass that they didn't even get to the second level of both of those trick plays. And then, of course, the safety in the end zone on the intentional grounding. Andy, this guy can't play. I told you so. I told you so. I told you in training camp, and everyone ripped me a new one for being unfair to the kid. I'm like, he can't play at this level. If you can't complete passes in a freaking training camp practice, you can't play at this level. It was like watching the Eric Mangini offenses, watching that guy operate in training camp some days. Okay? I'll give him his due. Wow, look great in the preseason. Whoop-de-doo. I know a lot of quarterbacks look good in the preseason, Andy. He has looked worse than pedestrian. He is below average. I can't even sit here and say he's an average quarterback. He is a below average quarterback. He is a below average backup quarterback that's been put in a position to fail because he has no wide receivers. And also, too, he was put in a position where he was drafted way ahead of where he should have been. And for his size, and we hear about the supercomputer between the ears. I ain't seeing the supercomputer on the field working at all. So I'm kind of done with the Dillon Gabriel thing. He is what I thought he was, and it's nothing personal against him. It's not his fault. I don't blame him. I blame the person that drafted him, and that's Andrew Berry. And I blame the organization that decided, oh, yeah, it'd be a good idea to trade Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals, who, by the way, I know they lost to the Jets, but still, Joe Flacco doesn't look like he's washed. He does not look like he's washed, Andy.
Would they have 30? They put 31 or 32. Would they lose 32, 31, or 32?
I think it was like 39-38.
39-38. They lost by 1 point, and they blew a big lead. The defense let them down in that game. But let me throw this stat at you from the Browns game. Ready?
Yeah.
Don't look at the stats. Are they in front of you? Don't look at them.
Nope.
Do me a favor. Okay. How many receptions did the wide receivers have today? The Browns had 21 receptions. How many from the wide receivers?
1?
2.
2. Okay.
2. Thrash had 2. Your tight ends had led the way with 10. And your running backs had the rest.
By the way, why is Isaiah Bond getting so many targets?
Bond ended up with 4 targets. That was middle of the pack. Well, Fannin had 8. Sampson had 6. Njoku had 5. And then Bond had 4.
Why is he getting targets? What has he done to deserve these targets? This is a dude that got hit in the side of the head because he wasn't paying attention at the goal line. Why? What are you doing? So again, all right. I don't blame the guy. I blame the employer. Okay. And the fact that they've made this guy or tried to make this guy the number 2 receiver behind Jerry Jeudy, who, by the way, got only 2 targets. I'm sure he's going to be a lot of fun to talk to the rest
with 0 catches.
Yeah. Like, you're not throwing him the ball. You're not getting him involved.
Yeah, I heard you say pregame about these guys running routes and they can't get them the ball and they're exhausted at the end of the game and they have no help. There's no joy in Mudville for those guys. There's no joy for Browns fans. Daryl, let me hit you with the 2 big talking points that will last for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
1, will Kevin Stefanski be back after the break? I think I know that answer. And 2, will Dillon Gabriel be the starting quarterback next week or 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think he will be.
So
it's the Jets. Yeah. They're going to, because they're going to do everything they can to try and shove this kid down our throats and tell us how great he's going to be, right? And how he's developing and this. There's no development with this guy. Okay, he's no better in start number 4 than he was in his first start across the pond against the Vikings. Okay, he's not. He doesn't have it. He's not a good player, and he's too small. And I realize that the size thing's not his fault, but anytime you can draft an undersized wide receiver that nobody was going to use a top 100 pick on other than you just have to do it. Like, I don't get it. And look, maybe this is a little, Andrew Berry's playing chess, not checkers type of move where the thought is, throw this kid out there for 5, 6, 7 starts, and he's our backup quarterback going forward. We're going to be in the quarterback hunting business this offseason. And so whether it's through the draft or a trade or free, whatever, right? They're going to go shopping for quarterbacks this offseason. But you know what? This kid, Dillon Gabriel, he's going to be our site. He's a smart kid. Today was outside the norm with the 2 interceptions. Coming into the game, he hadn't thrown an interception.
The first one was brutal.
Yeah, both of them were brutal.
The second one just didn't make sense. Like,
they
complete the 4th down. Like, they've got a little momentum. Why at that moment did they think it was the greatest idea to throw into double coverage?
Yeah, and the ball had no zipper zing to it either. Like it floated.
Except on the touchdown to Njoku. There was some zipper.
It just took its time getting there. And it just, I'm over the Dillon Gabriel thing. I've kind of had it. It's a waste of time in my opinion at this point. Go ahead and play Shedeur Sanders. It most likely, I don't know what it'll look like, but I at least am curious to see what Shedeur is going to do. I have no curiosity with Dillon Gabriel, like none. And again, it's not personal, but this is what you're putting on the field week in and week out. Oh, by the way, the Browns are back to scoring less than 17 points a game. So thank you for the 1 week reprieve with the 31 and the win over the Dolphins. But, back to reality here, another 13-point output for an anemic offense. And again, if I was Myles Garrett, I'd be spiking my helmet on the sideline too in frustration.
All right, where do we go here? What do you think the storylines are over the next 2 weeks?
Well, I mean, I think it's good. Obviously, the quarterbacking, the lack of production from the receivers. Andrew Berry has some questions to answer about the Joe Flacco trade because, you organizationally you're not looking real smart because you didn't make it work with him here, right?
Right.
And then he goes to Cincinnati and he looks like he did for you back in 2023.
Right.
Well, he's not washed.
No.
He's competent still, and he's more competent than Dillon Gabriel. But you made the decision you wanted to see Dillon Gabriel, so here you are, and this is what you're stuck watching. And there's also kind of part of me, Andy, thinks that maybe this is all part of the plan. Maybe they're secure enough in their jobs. They're not worried about the losing. Like publicly, of course, we're trying to win, right? I mean, they did this during 1-31. They never came out and said, "Yeah, we don't care about winning." I mean, the writing was on the wall with the team they put on the field ever. But you look at the defense this year, Andy. The defense is good. Like it's a good, competent defense. But offensively, man, that wide receiver room is wretched. It is God.
What wide receiver? Is there even one? There is no wide receiving room.
Well,
it's a tight end room, but there's no wide receiving room.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
It's wretched. And then on top of that, insult to injury, you had a bunch of guys get banged up in the game. You had Carson Schlesinger. I think it's an ankle injury for him. Tyson Campbell, who has been outstanding since coming over from Jacksonville. He out with a concussion. Quinshon Judkins, shoulder injury. I think Rashad Jenkins got hurt too. So, not only did you get bulldozed and blown out 32-13, but now it's a good thing you have a bye week. Maybe none of these guys miss any time because there's enough time for them to get healthy and get back out there. But it just ugly. 2 for 11 on third down. Your net yardage, you were almost doubled up, 422 to 213. You ran 52 offensive plays compared to 65 for the Patriots. Your average gain was around 4 yards. You at least got plus 50 yards rushing. The Patriots have a really good run defense, but, so they were, 68 yards there. But 145 net passing yards in a passing league just don't get it done. It just doesn't.
What's amazing is Gabriel, every game in college, he threw for over 200 yards. I'm sorry, his last year at Oregon, and I think there were only 7 games of the 60-plus that he didn't throw for 200 yards. So this game is just bigger than anything he's ever – and people want to say, well, he had experience in college. That experience doesn't mean anything right now. He's playing with the big boys.
Guess how long the Browns defense was on the field Sunday?
Just as 60. The defense was on the field for 40 minutes.
Well, close. 36.
36.
Yeah. I mean, just not complimentary football. By the way, did you hear what Mark Schlereth said about the Browns receivers?
During
the game.
During the game. No, I missed it.
I got to pull it because I quoted it on X. Schlereth, I think, called them little people, a bunch of little people.
I heard him say something about fish food.
A bunch of little dudes. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Quote, a bunch of little dudes, unquote. That's how he described the Browns wide receiver room. I mean,
outside of Fannin and Njoku, isn't the entire offense, other than the line too? But
yeah.
That's what they're asking for offensive production from.
I know. And
all right, give me the final word here, Daryl.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear what Andrew Berry has to say during the bye week here.
At least now we get to hear from him.
Yeah,
it's taken 3 weeks.
Yeah, we should hear from him, and I think that's the storyline going into the bye. It's not the fact that they're 2-6. Oh, by the way, so far Sunday, very good for draft positioning, which at 2-6 we now care about.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Jets beating the Bengals is not the worst thing in the world for the Browns.
That's true. Yes.
At this point, but man, the story is going to be Andrew Berry and how he responds to all this stuff, because Kevin Stefanski's had to basically, be the spokesman through 2-6, and now it's time to put Andrew Berry in the hot seat and make him answer some questions about why this offense is as unwatchable as the 1999, 2000, and 2011 Browns offenses.
Ugh.
What do you have to say for yourself? And by the way, this isn't like a retool situation where you walk in and you got to rebuild the thing. You had a built offense that you walked into, and you basically took a wrecking ball to it over 3 years, or over the 6 years you've been let me make sure I get executive vice president of football operations and general manager. I wanted to make sure I got that nice, long, fancy schmancy title all in there. Okay. A lot of characters, a lot of room taken up on the nameplate on the door, but he has done a horrible job putting together an offense that's capable of functioning. And I know the low-hanging fruit is going to be fire Kevin Stefanski, but I'm just going to say this to Browns fan. What did you expect? You read all the preseason predictions where everyone was telling you it's going to be a long season. Browns are not very good. They may win 3, 4, 5, 6 games optimistically. If I don't know, the football gods smile upon them, maybe they win 8 or 9 and get on the periphery of the playoff picture. But they're not a good football team. The offense isn't good. The defense has a chance to be really good, and it's what's going to keep them in games. All right. Everyone talked about the first half of the schedule or going into the bye, how tough that was. And they're probably going to win 1 or 2 games. Well, guess what? The defense is pretty good. The offense is unwatchable, and they've won 2 games through 8. What did you expect?
Hey, I expected to recover an onside kick.
And they
Boom,
did.
that's about it. That's your highlight of the day. All right, Daryl, let's do this again. We can take a week off. You can have the week off next week. That's
Actually, I will be on during the bye week. I think from like 9 to 1.
Oh, and by the way, you can watch us Tuesday when we do Brownie Bites on the morning show. It's me and you.
It's you and me on the morning show. 4
it is.
Of Baskin and Ruiter in for Ken and Anthony. I'm okay with taking a wrecking ball to their show.
I'm good with it too. All right. Thanks for watching Brownie Bites with Daryl Ruiter. I'm Andy Baskin. What we will do is say thank you once again for watching us here on the 92.3 The Fan YouTube channel.
Browns lose 32-13. They're now 2-6, and the Patriots are 6-2.